A few weeks ago, I decided to go away from my old set of darts that I was throwing for 6 years and got a new set of darts that will be my forever darts moving forward, or my forever darts until I decide to get another new set. So in this one, guys, I just wanted to talk about the reasons that I decided to switch darts, and maybe you've been thinking about getting new darts, so maybe just talking about this will make you get a decision on whether or not you should or should not get some new darts. But first, guys, if you're new to Bullshot Darts, please make sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. I'm trying to grow the sport of darts, help players get better, and also live out my dream of traveling and playing darts, and all the support from you guys helps me do that. Thank you so much for all the support. So first of all, let's show off the new darts, guys. I decided to get the Luke Littler darts. Let's see if the camera will, you guys got to look at my hand for a second while it goes in. So these are my new Luke Littler darts, and my camera stinks, so I can't get it to focus for too long. And I switched from my Rob Cross Pixels to these darts. So the first reason that I decided to get new darts is that I just mentally felt like I needed to make the change. And I feel like this is where it all starts. You're throwing your old darts, you're just not feeling that great, and it starts lingering in your mind. Maybe I need a new set of darts that will help me get better or help me get over the slump that I'm having, whatever it might be. So that's kind of where it all started. And I was at a darts tournament a few weeks ago, and I was just sitting down, not happy with how my darts were throwing, and that's when my mind started thinking, maybe I'll go look for some new darts. And while I was at this tournament, Luke Littler had just won another major event. I forgot which one it was. It's hard to keep count on all these events that he's winning. So it kind of brought me to go check out Luke Littler's darts. And that's what ultimately led to me getting these. So I was just kind of, or am in like this part of my life where I'm just like having a lot of change going on. So I just figured, why not change my darts too and start a new, a new journey with these darts. So that was the first thing that led to me there. And I was also in the process of upgrading and changing a lot of my dart stuff. As you can see, I changed my whole dart setup at home, switching all my stuff around, the background for my videos. The thing I was most excited about is I got new dart shoes. When you play professional events, you have to wear all black sneakers. And my daily shoes that I wear are Jordans, and my black pair of sneakers was this old pair of Vans. So anytime I went to a professional event and I had to switch from my Jordans to my Vans, it was a very, gosh, I don't know, unmotivating thing. It brought my confidence down because those shoes were uncomfortable. I didn't like the way they looked. So now I got some all black Jordans. So now the shoes that I always throw darts in are now my professional shoes. So I'm really excited to get out and start throwing in those. So getting darts, once again, just kind of a change to go along with all the other darts changes I've been making. Another reason I went with the Luke Littler darts is for, I don't know, the only other word, or the only word I can think of is because all my students use it, is aura. Luke Littler has an aura about him that is just unmatched by any dart player right now. It's like watching Phil Taylor back when Phil Taylor was just winning everything, and then Michael Van Gerwen, and now Luke Littler is that guy, and I just wanted that good aura with my new set of darts. I bought my Rob Cross darts the year he won the World Championship. Once again, I needed to make a change. I went to the dart store. Rob Cross had just won, so I just kind of gravitated to his darts, and I ended up really liking them and throwing well with them. So I got them, one, because I like them, but two, they're darts of the world champion. So with the Luke Littler darts that I have now, of course, he won the world championship, then all these other countless majors. So just having these darts, it just kind of feels like there's some good aura about them. It makes me more motivated to throw them. So that was another reason I was really excited to get these new darts, the Luke Littler darts. Another reason I went with these darts is for the Swiss points. My old set of darts have the regular kind of tips. I don't know what they're called. You need a special tool to get them in and out. Sometimes when you put them in, they're crooked. And it's just a pain in the butt to switch out tips. Another thing too is you are not allowed to bring fully assembled darts onto planes. So with these Swiss tips, one, I was really excited to be able to experiment with tips, which I have been with these. different lengths, different grip patterns on them. Whereas before, I never really did that because it was such a pain to switch out the tips. Another reason too is that if a tip does break in competition, now you're SOL if you don't have that tool there. When I had my Rob Cross starts, or when I first got them, I will never forget, I was down in Nashville. I think it was my first time ever going to the Music City Classic, and my tip broke. I couldn't believe it because I'd never seen a tip broke on steel tip darts. Thankfully, they had a pro shop there, and I was able to get new tips. And the tips I got were not tips I liked. The whole weekend kind of sucked. So yeah, don't have to worry about that problem anymore, because if a tip does break, which I have heard the Swiss tips have been known to break on occasion, but that's fine. I'll always have a couple extra sets on me and I can change them right away. So now I have zero stress on tip problems at darts tournaments. And the other thing about Swiss tips, like I said about airplanes, is that since you cannot bring fully assembled darts on the plane, now I can just take the Swiss tips out and put them in my carry-on. Whereas before, you would have to check the bag, which is, I mean, I don't even know how much money, but more money than I want to spend if I'm traveling for darts. So that's just another cool thing I do like about the Swiss tips. Another reason too I wanted to get these is that they're a little bit lighter than my old Rob Crosses. I do like a heavier dart because I feel like I'm actually holding something on my hand. When I switched from my 25-gram Rob Cross darts to my 18-gram soft tip darts, you know, I feel like I'm throwing a feather. I feel like I have less control over my dart. Whereas a heavier dart, I feel like I have that control, like I'm actually holding something in my hand. So I did go just 1 gram lighter to 24 grams, so it's still on the heavier side of darts. And I do feel a difference going from the 25 to the 24. And it's a difference that I am really liking. Joey Lanaw sent me a set of his darts a couple years ago to review and do a giveaway on. And I don't remember if they were 22 or 23, but I really enjoyed throwing them. I felt like I was throwing them straighter for the little bit of time I did have them. And ever since that day, I kind of had a little curiosity on switching to a lighter dart. So that's another reason I went with these, because they're 24 grams. Even if there was a 25-gram option, I still would have gone with the 24 because I did want that little bit of a weight change in my dart moving forward. And lastly, guys, another reason I went with these darts is that they are basically the same grip pattern, but a little bit grippier. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus in on this. My camera's a pain in the butt. Oh, maybe. All right, I guess that'll do. So as you can see, it has that same pixel pattern on there, but the grooves in the Luke Littler are bigger, and I feel like I have a lot more grip with it, which I like. It's not so much of a change because the grip pattern is very similar. So the dart is almost exactly the same. The barrel is the same length, and I'm pretty sure it's the same diameter too. And it has that same pixel grip, just a little bit bigger grooves in there, which make it a little bit grippier, which I do like. So that's pretty much it, guys. New set of darts. I'm really excited moving forward with them, and these are the reasons why I decided to switch darts and why I went with the Luke Littler darts. And maybe some of these things resonate with you, and it will lead to you buying a new set of darts, your forever darts, moving forward. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all in the next one, and shoot well.